CM Punk has returned to WWE, but the big question is going to be, who will he face? What could be the feuds? Will he be a face or a heel? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out here today. It's the 2024 Royal Rumble, and everyone's excited to see who's going to be returning, who's going to be making their debuts. In the 2014 Royal Rumble, it was the last time we saw CM Punk, and funny enough, he started off the Royal Rumble against Seth Rollins. So if Punk were to return all these years later, it would be here, but things are going to be a little different. At the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins is the World Heavyweight Champion, and he's going up against Drew McIntyre one-on-one. This is the second time Drew and Seth are face-to-face, but this time things end differently. Multiple claymores to Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and he is off to WrestleMania 40. Seth is so angry about losing the title, he goes to Adam Pearce and demands that he is added to the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce advises that he shouldn't be in the Rumble match after going through such a brutal match with Drew. Seth does not care, he is over the edge at this point, he just wants to do anything to get the World Heavyweight Championship back in his hands. Adam Pearce then explains to Seth that fine, he can enter the Royal Rumble, but he's gonna have to do it at number 1. Seth agrees to this, and he says that he'll win the whole damn thing and get his title back. The men's Royal Rumble match starts, and Seth Rollins comes out at number 1. Seth is in the ring, he is broken down, he's taped up, and he's just destroyed after the giant match he had with Drew McIntyre. The crowd is waiting to see who is going to be number 2 in the Royal Rumble, and the lights go off. Then we hear the music. CM Punk is back in WWE, and he is the second man in the Royal Rumble. This is exactly how it was back in 2014, but they were the 2 men starting off that Royal Rumble, and they're the first 2 starting off this Royal Rumble. After both men survive multiple participants in the Royal Rumble, they make it halfway through the Rumble match, and then they both eliminate each other. Both men go over the top rope and they took each other out, causing the eliminations. Raw after the Rumble, CM Punk is in the ring thanking the fans for allowing him to come back, and he tells everyone that he's got a lot to prove and he's got a lot more to do to get over to WrestleMania. Seth interrupts CM Punk and they go face to face in the ring. Seth explains how he destroyed and cost him his chances of recapturing his World Heavyweight Championship, and it was his time to go to WrestleMania. Punk tells Seth that he knows what he said about him in the past. He knows he doesn't like him, and it was just about trying to win the Royal Rumble. For weeks after the Rumble, we see Seth Rollins constantly getting in the face of CM Punk, just pushing his buttons, pushing him every which way to get him into a match. Punk eventually tells Seth that he is sick of all of this and that it was never personal, but you're making it personal now. So Seth Rollins, I'm challenging you one-on-one at a match at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania 40, we see the triumphant return of CM Punk to the grandest stage of them all, where he takes on Seth Rollins, who is now bitter and jealous and angry towards Punk. Seth has always had a problem with Punk, but tonight was not Seth's night. CM Punk hits Seth Rollins with the Macho Man elbow drop. He then hits Seth Rollins with not 1, but 2 go-to-sleeps, and CM Punk defeats Seth Rollins. But this is only one way that CM Punk could return to WWE. At the 2024 Royal Rumble, CM Punk could make his return halfway through the Rumble, where we see the likes of Jay, Cody, Drew, and others in the ring. During the Royal Rumble, we see Cody Rhodes get behind CM Punk and eliminate him from behind in the Rumble. Punk is so angry that Cody was the one that eliminated him. CM Punk slides back in the ring, picks his moment, and tosses Cody out of the Royal Rumble, forcing the elimination. The crowd is going nuts and booing Punk for this. This was the huge return to WWE, and it now looks like CM Punk is turning his back on everybody. In the end, it would be a heel Drew McIntyre winning the Rumble and challenging Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship. The SmackDown after the Royal Rumble, CM Punk is making his first return to the blue brand in several years. Cody comes out and confronts Punk in the ring and tells him that the 2 of them have quite a history, but it was me, Cody, that was supposed to finish the story against Roman Reigns, and you wrecked that for me and you cost me that. Punk explains that he doesn't care what his problem is. Punk came back for one reason only, and that was to be at the very top because he is still best in the world. The next week on SmackDown, there's a big announcement coming from Nick Aldis, and the crowd cannot wait to hear what it is. Nick Aldis explains to the fans that there's going to be a number 1 contenders match at the Elimination Chamber. This will determine the #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Nick Aldis explains that there are only 2 men that best qualify for this, and it's going to be CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes in the #1 contendership match. It's the night of the Chamber, and it's a straight up one-on-one match. Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk #1 contendership. We see a Cody cutter to CM Punk, GTS, elbow drop, crossroads, but both men kick out from each other's best moves. We see CM Punk go through the announce table by Cody. The referee gets knocked out. CM Punk hits Cody Rhodes with the sledgehammer in the back. Punk goes one more time for the GTS on Cody. Cody reverses it and hits Punk with the crossroads. Cody goes for the cover, and it's 1, 2, 3, but the referee doesn't see that CM Punk's shoulder was up and came off the mat at the 2 count. Punk knew that he didn't lose. He knew that he had got his shoulder up in time, but Cody was announced the winner. After the Elimination Chamber on SmackDown, CM Punk is backstage with Nick Aldis. An irate CM Punk gets in his face and tells him that the shoulder came off the mat and that he never lost. Punk threatens to walk out of the company, take his ball and go home if he's not added to the match at WrestleMania. The next week on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes is in the ring with Nick Aldis. The general manager was going to officially announce Cody Rhodes as the winner, but CM Punk interrupts and hits Cody Rhodes with a chair. Every week on SmackDown, we are seeing more and more of Cody getting interrupted and taken out with cheap shots from behind by CM Punk. Every time we see a confrontation between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in the ring, CM Punk is inserting himself into that. Roman Reigns is loving it because he's feeling like he doesn't have to do much here. He feels like he's got this thing on lock because Cody is so distracted by all of this. Cody is eventually so fed up, he tells Nick Aldis to add Punk to the match and make it a triple threat. At WrestleMania 40, it's the culmination of a month of back and forth, CM Punk feeling like he was screwed over by Cody, Cody trying to finish the story, and Roman Reigns looking on to retain his championship so that he can go and break the record of Hulk Hogan later in the year. There's so much at stake for all 3 of them. We see multiple spears from Roman Reigns onto Cody Rhodes. CM Punk goes to hit a GTS onto Cody. Cody hits a crossroads to CM Punk. Late into the match, Cody hits 2 crossroads on Roman Reigns, but when he hits the second one on Roman rolls out to the floor, and then Punk turns Cody around and hits him with the GTS, but Cody reverses it into the crossroads onto Punk. Cody wins the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. The story can't end just there. CM Punk is all bitter and twisted about this, not getting the win. So he goes on after WrestleMania to fight Cody Rhodes. We see them going at each other for months. But also the bigger story here is Roman Reigns, who's taking time off now that he's officially lost the belt. And we don't see Roman for several months. At Money in the Bank, we have CM Punk win Money in the Bank and cash in that night on Cody Rhodes and capture the Undisputed Championship. He takes out Cody in a vicious way and puts him on the shelf, and this is when we finally see a return of a now babyface Roman Reigns come in and challenge CM Punk for the title he never lost. CM Punk wasn't the only huge star to make his return. Randy Orton also showed up at Survivor Series, so click this video to see how Randy Orton's return run should be booked.